What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dermy Wormy. I'm coming at you with another video, and we're going to be talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows, which got announced yesterday. And before this game came out, there was a lot of rumors of what they might be doing, where they might be taking this. Some people ended up saying they were going to deal with a black samurai in the middle of Imperial Japan. Now, when that story came out, a lot of people did point out that there was a black individual in Imperial Japan, which was Yasuki, I believe is his name. I'm probably butchering it, but he was never a samurai. He was only a vessel, and he honestly underwent real racism. Like he was a guy who was honestly purchased by a certain Imperial Japanese lord at the time. I can't remember that dude's name off the top of my head. Nobunaga, I believe, is what it was, because the guy was mesmerized by his skin, and he kind of treated Yakasuki or whatever as like an idol or like a trophy of sorts. He was never a samurai, he was never a fighter. But these were just rumors at the time, until the announcement trailer, where not only will we be playing as the black samurai who was never actually a samurai, you'll also be playing as a little Japanese girl in Imperial Japan as assassins, in a time when, you know, assassins were actually all over the place, and playing as like an actual Japanese dude would make perfect sense to have a ninja. You know, ninjas? No, but our ninja's gonna be a little Japanese girl, and our samurai is gonna be a black guy because the message. And honestly, guys, when I scroll down here, the ratio says it all. It's not the worst ratio ever, and in fact, hasn't really gotten outright, but it's right now split. It is full-fledged split because people are checked out of all this, and they know the only reason they did this was for the message. They only cared about the ideology. Well, this ended up actually sparking a bit of outrage and a bit of interest, because as people continue to point out what was being seen here, I'm going to take you over here to how some of the Japanese Twitter individuals responded to this, because you come here to learning the law. Let's see how well received the latest stunning and brave Assassin's Creed Shadows is in Japan. I'm sure things are going to be fine. OMG. Right out the gate, a game where black people massacred Japanese people in the Sengoku period is a perfect example of UBI. Is this what happens when political correctness is taken to the extreme? I wanted Yasuki to appear as an ally. Are they mocking Japan? They should have made someone like Sawazui Kirigaku an assassin. It's a bit disappointing. I wanted to play as a Japanese ninja. It's my favorite game since I started with Syndicate and have played everything, so this is sad. Japanese Twitter is already rejecting this, calling it out, pointing out all of its issues. Assassin's Creed 4 DLC followed. First Mate, I cannot remember that dude's name, but he was an awesome dude. Badass. Oh my god, I remember that game. I love playing that DLC. That character was fun. I can't remember his name, but he went around Haiti. He was freeing Haitian slaves. He was freeing Haitian individuals. He was having a good time. We've had the black representation. We've had representation up the wazoo within Assassin's Creed. Heck, Altair was Muslim. Connor was Indian. We ended up having an Italian individual for Ezio, the most favorite incarnation of the actual assassin through the possibly one of the most beloved storylines in Assassin's Creed. So we've had the representation. We don't need this. All this is more forced garbage. It's no different when it came to Assassin's Creed Valhalla and them having to come out and confirm that the main character in Assassin's Creed Valhalla was the chick. The female version was the actual version, and if you follow the storyline in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it's pretty blatantly clear that Ivor, I think was his name, was a lesbian in reality. Yeah. No, that's the Ubisoft thing, but we're not shocked by this. We're not surprised by any of this. Ubisoft's woke is woke. But there was something very interesting that came out through all this, because a lot of people continue pointing out that Yakasuki was just a vassal. He was not a full-fledged samurai. There's no indication that he was ever a samurai, and making him a samurai isn't historically accurate. Well, you come over here, Assassin's Creed Shadow Sparks Wikipedia edit war. This was an interesting little thing. We come over here to Grums, who points it out. This is what it originally was. Now, since this whole drama started, it has, I believe, been changed back, but this is how it started from Grums. It's important to note that there are no historical writings or evidence that Yasuki was considered a samurai. He was never given a fief, I'm probably butchering that as well, or referred to as one in any writings. And then it goes on to his whole story. Most of his story was just mainly known by through messages and handwritten stuff, so it's not very deep and full-fledged. There's just no historical evidence that he was ever actually a samurai. They come over to here to what they ended up doing. They deleted that little bit. They just stuck with like his documented life part. They deleted the, the important bit that says that he was never a samurai. Now, this has been since changed back as far as I know. I do believe they did reinstate this. They did change it back. They re-added this because, well, they got called out for it. They got called out for it hardcore because, my God, you're now covering up actual history for Ubisoft. Yeah, you gotta do it for Ubisoft. You gotta do it for the mega corporation. You gotta cover up real history here because the mega corporation says so. Is that what we're going down these paths? Is that what's going on here? Well, we also had this come out during this whole drama. So Ubisoft apparently changed Assassin's Creed Shadows, throwing away the original story and instead running with Yasuki, an obscure black retainer of Nobunaga, as front and center. You gotta love it. You gotta love what they're doing here. Not a whole lot is known by this guy. He was never a samurai. He was never this, but he ended up surrendering and getting imprisoned. Oh, let's make him a samurai now. Let's make him front and centered in our Japanese story. Let's make this obscure guy front and center. Why? The message, obviously, but you get the actual what the story was supposed to be. You come over here. I worked on some narrative elements of the Sengoku era of Japan for Assassin's Creed back in 2013, 2014, when I worked under a contract in San Jose/Tokyo area. I guess they tossed all that out for Black Samurai and some cannon destroying Kunichi Boss, which, by the way, I believe is female ninja. Correct me if I'm wrong again. I'm so glad I'm not in that industry anymore. I guess it's only fitting that my contribution to these stories vanish like everything else I worked on. Here's a brief synopsis of the original story. The plot focused on the young monk Yamachi Taka as the playable ancestor. Taka means hawk, to coincide with the naming convention of every playable hero being named after a bird of prey. No idea if that changed with all these newer disjointed games that no longer have Desmond as the core hero that bound everything together. The main conflict was about the Sword of Eden, aka Excalibur, Honjo Masamune, Genghis Khan's sword, etc., and how it had given its last wielder, Obunaga, an unfair advantage in his conquest over Japan. After Nobunaga is assassinated by Hattori Hanzo, Taka becomes part of the Brotherhood, and under Hanzo is trained as an assassin. The Brotherhood trying to transport the recovered sword out of Japan, but are bested by Jesuits, Templar ships, and is lost. I kind of like that story. I like that story a whole lot more. You want to know why? It actually focuses in on an actual Japanese individual. It focuses in on something you could actually do within the Japanese storyline, within a unique area within Japan, because that's what people wanted with this. People have been wanting an Assassin's Creed set in Japan for years now. They wanted to do that. I mean, come on, ninjas are literally everywhere in our pop culture. So, of course, Assassin's Creed going to Japan was the correct move. But what did we get? We got an obscure character that barely anybody knows about, all because he's black. And all because, yes, he was there at the time, but he was never a samurai. He was a retainer, and there was no proof that he ever became a samurai. Oh, but we got to use him because the message above all else. But before we go, I do want to show you this. I'm going to show you this because it also dropped what the prices for this game is going to be. And it's more Ubisoft doing Ubisoft. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Here's what comes in each edition as we scroll down. Assassin's Creed Shadows Standard Edition. Price $70. Oh, Assassin's Creed Shadows Golden Edition comes with Season Pass. Oh, 2 upcoming expansions. Oh my god. How much? $109.99. $110. Oh, what else do we have? Assassin's Creed Shadow Ultimate Edition Digital. $130. Oh, what else do we have? Assassin's Creed Shadows Collector's Edition. $280. They're gonna milk this for all it's worth. They're gonna keep pushing this for all it's worth. And I hope this keeps getting called out. This looks horrific. I'm not looking forward to this game. I used to love Assassin's Creed games. The last one I played was Valhalla. I thought Valhalla sucked. I thought they deviated way too much from what Assassin's Creed was meant to be. And I can already tell you right here, I could see what they're doing right here. Just in this ultimate pack right here. I mean, come on. You can see mounts, magical weapons, get a boost up. You can see it already. They're long gone from what made Assassin's Creed Assassin's Creed. I was thinking about playing it. I was originally thinking, okay, there's a new Assassin's Creed coming out, Shadows. Well, let me see what it is. And then I see, oh, it's just the message. First and foremost, that's all they care about. That's all they're going to continue caring about. And are we really shocked that another AAA company is just focusing in on ideology over proper storytelling, proper historical accuracy, or anything like that? But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me get your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video live, guys. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.